All right, fans, with us today, he is 1/3 of the baddest figure eight racers this side of the Mississippi. He drives the number 92 figure eight machine from Colorado National Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Jason. Whoa. How's it going, my man?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Eeez N Beez on this awesome Friday the 13th special edition. Of course, as you know, we're bringing in all the race car drivers and wrestlers here on the Eeez N Beez to promote themselves, get to know a little bit more about them. And today we've got one of the baddest, in my opinion, figure eight racers out here in Colorado. It's Jason Wall with us today. Buddy, are you ready to get into it?
I am.
All right, my man, let's get it started. Tell my fans and listeners out there, Jason, how and when did you get your start in racing?
Well, it's been a long generational thing. It goes back to my grandparents. My dad got us into it really young. Back when Rocky Mountain National Speedway used to be here, we started off on dirt, and Dad used to let us take his super stocks out and go pack the track. And then we ended up getting a couple Econos, and Jared started off, my older brother, he started off the Econo, and we'd go out every once in a while, pack the track together. And then Jeremy, my little brother, got himself a Econo and started racing Econos. And then they decided to put a figure eight in the track, and then they started doing that. And I missed my opportunity to get my car built and everything. So Rocky Mountain closed, and I was pretty much stuck on just running the fall classic at the end of the year up at Fort Morgan. And wasn't until last couple races of last year, my dad bought my car from my cousin, and he's getting out of it. And the old man was having issues with the car and everything, and says, all right, suit up, get in. I got two more mains, put me in it. And first time on asphalt, first time in a figure eight, and both races ended up sixth. So held my own, didn't wreck, didn't spin out, and I moved up and made some positions. So it's been a long ride. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, I know I've checked you out a few times. Of course, if you do not know, it's wall-to-wall racing out there at the Colorado National Speedway in the figure eight division, kind of like some of the famous Eeez N Beez vets that we've had on here out there in Indiana, the Tunney family, who I like to compare these two families, in my opinion. The Tunneys kind of got things on lock, we'll say, all right, there in Indiana. And the Wall family has just been, tearing it up here in Colorado. I got to ask you, Jason, does it make any difference? Do you like it any more or less that you have your older and younger brother in the same division with you?
I definitely like it a lot. The knowledge that I get from both of them is tremendous. It's a lot of help. Jeremy's a 5-time champion in the figure eight division. Jared's, I can't even remember how many championships he's got in the train division, which is figure eights but with trains.
Crazy figure eights. Yeah.
Yes, insane figure eights. But the knowledge that I get between the two of them and the rest of the family, because my mom's still out there and my dad comes out, and the figure eight division alone, we're like a big family. Everybody helps everybody out, and the help with the setup and everything from my brothers helps tremendously. First couple nights, go out there on practice and everything, and they'll have me follow them around and just to show me the line and everything, and then start pushing me. And all right, come around me, pass me, I'm going to put pressure on you. And it's helped tremendously. Even my sister-in-law, Jeremy's wife, she's been around helping Jeremy for years, and she knows her stuff, and she's helped me quite a bit on corner entry and where I need to lift to get into the corners instead of dive bombing the corners so much. And it's been a very huge learning curve, but I think I'm doing pretty good right now.
I think I'd agree with you. And of course, I always talk about the racing family atmosphere here on the Eeez N Beez podcast. There's nothing like it. We talked about it last week with my guest, Donnie. You know, he's a big on the kids as far as, you know, where he's at there in Indianapolis. And it seems to me the Wall family as well, you know, big on helping each other out, helping out not just themselves, but the, you know, the challengers as well. And, you know, once all competitions on the same page, I think it brings a better race for us fans out there. But that's just my opinion. Hey, Jason, let's switch things up a little bit. I got some fun questions to ask you. How about this one? The book of your life is coming out tomorrow. What's the name of it?
The book of my life comes out tomorrow. I would have to say The Adventures of the Wall Racing.
Okay, cool.
Because it's extensive.
I'm sure it'll be an interesting read for sure. How about this one? You're making breakfast tomorrow for any race car driver or personality or celebrity. Who would it be and what are you having?
Oh, that would be a tough one. That would be a very tough one. I'd have to say Dale Earnhardt Jr. because I'm an Earnhardt fan through and through, and I'm a big fan of pancakes. I love pancakes.
Awesome. So some pancakes with Junior. You know what? Sounds like I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that one for sure. Let me ask you this. I know you and I have talked a little bit offside here about this topic, but I gotta let you tell my fans out there your thoughts here on it. What are your thoughts on the tire rule?
Well, I mean, it's a toss-up. I mean, we're the only division at CNS where it's the top three have to tires get confiscated if you're in the top three until you're out of the top three. Every other division is top five. Well, the track themselves are on a tire shortage, and Hoosier hasn't been keeping up, I guess, or whatever's going on there. But the track ordered, I think, 60 sets, and they got 12 sets. So lately, we're only allowed to get two tires, period, and deal with it. And I think they need to put a cap on it, on how many races we can go. Jeremy, I think he was on 4 nights, and he's through. His tires are basically slicks right now. And we run on the Comanches, which are a treaded race tire. Well, there's no more tread on them, and he's still winning. It's proven that it's doable, but it's not safe, and it makes it extremely hard. I mean, like last week, I mean, it proved it. I mean, we're on old tires, and Jeremy ended up second, and I had a incident, and I think I ended up sixth somewhere. I think sixth. Jared ended up seventh, and Jared lost 2 tires. I lost 1, and it was just, there was no cornering, there was no forward bite. Basic comparison, it's like driving on black ice.
Gotcha.
To be honest, I think they need to put a cap on it, on how many races we can go on that set. But I mean, and Hoosier needs to step up their game and produce more tires, because if we can buy 4 tires, we're going to buy 4 tires, but they're only letting us buy 2 because I literally had 9 tires to choose from to get my 2. And I've got to take the best out of the 8 that I have, or 7 that I have, to make do, I guess.
Yeah, make it work. Exactly. Yeah. And as we were talking too, you know, the only thing that, you know, I don't mind the tire rule as it is. as we've talked, the competition kind of gathers itself and kind of evens out when the tires play a factor. But the thing that I can't stand is your guys that go out there and sit out and time this thing out, get it figured out to where they know when they can run, when they can buy new tires, and it gives them the leg up on the field. When you go out there on the same tires as everybody else, that's when it's true racing, in my opinion. But I agree with you. They need to step the game up, get us some more options out there, and put a cap on it. It definitely would, close the gap on the separation in any division, in my opinion, if they had more of a cap on all the tires. So I agree with you. Hopefully things will change in the future. We won't have to be talking about this tire rule or tire thing anymore. How about this one, Jason? What's your favorite part of figure eight racing?
My favorite part of figure eight racing is racing with my brothers and my nephew. And my nephew Chad, he got to race a couple of races with this year, and before he went back off to college, and that was it. I mean, there's no really words to put for it, and that was just so freaking cool being out there racing door to door with my brother and shooting the X on my nephew.
Yeah, nothing like it, right? Racing the family out there. How about
hopefully,
this? Oh, so go ahead.
Hopefully next year my old man will have one of his cars ready and come out and play with us. And I mean, that right there would be, put us all on cloud nine to get all of us out there and racing with our dad again, before he can't do it anymore. But that would be the epitome of, my career. By far.
Awesome.
Get a race with my brothers and the old man.
Yeah, that would be great. I could agree with you. I would love to do the same. Racing with my brother and my father would be a complete dream, especially to win and have the leg up on those guys. How about this? If you could be anything else other than a race car driver, Jason, what would you be and why?
Well, growing up in the racing family around it, hell, my mom was pregnant with me when she was still racing. And that it's always been a dream to finally get out there and do it myself. And it's like living a dream. And I couldn't really picture myself doing anything else. I'm having a blast.
Okay.
It's definitely a stress reliever.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Can't disagree with you. I would love to be in your shoes as well. How about this one? I only got a couple more left for you. And then we're going to turn the tables over here to Mr. Jason, let him promote himself, get some of his sponsors out there. But I got to ask, Jason, excuse me, you're coming off turn 4 for the biggest win of your career. Who you beating and are you reckoning them to win?
Well, it would definitely be coming down to me and Jeremy, because that little shit's fast. and he's hard to get around. And I got a race with him. Car was doing good a couple races a couple weekends ago, and I finished second to him, and he didn't get far from me. So I know the car can handle it, and I've got to step up my game. And I don't know. If it's the biggest race, once that yellow flag or that white flag drops, the checker has to follow. And if he's close enough, you never know. He may be going around.
Records are checkers, right? Records are checkers.
If it's my first win, he may be going around, but I definitely don't want to race like that, and I don't want to win like that. It comes down to it. Pride is like, you race him clean and you get him for the win, and if I can't do it without wrecking him, then it's worthless to me. Gotcha. It wouldn't mean anything. It would mean more to me to beat him clean than to wreck him.
I agree.
Because I don't want to tear up my car, and I definitely don't want to tear up his car.
Yes, I could agree. But I must say, though, sometimes money talks, and especially if it's my brother, who knows what might happen, right? All right, Jason, just these last two for you here, and we'll turn the tables over to you. I got to ask, though, buddy, do you consider yourself a race role model?
I do. I'm a rookie. This year's my first full year, and right now I'm sitting in third in points, and that speaks volumes. Saying just everything that's going around. My kids, I mean, they're always bragging. Yeah, my dad's got a race car. My dad's got a race car. We want to see it. Want to see it. And I mean, pull it out in the driveway, clean it up and everything when we're loading, and all the neighborhood kids come around and we let them come and sit in the car, and it's one of those things. I mean, that the kids is our future, and other competitors out there. I mean, the guys that we were racing with. I mean, there's a big group, the very competitive competitors, and if I can help them better themselves as well as better myself, then I'm gonna do it. And I think to me, that's what racing's about, is helping everybody. I mean, there's some secrets that you kind of keep under your belt and everything, but if somebody's struggling with their car, and whether they're beating you in points or not, you go out and see what you can figure out. And I think that's what it's about, the camaraderie.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree any more with you there. It sounds like to me, in the short time that we've known each other, I think you're on the right path. I think the wall-to-wall racing family is, must see out there at CNS. Let me ask you this last one here, and I'll turn it over to you. But we got to know the famous one here, Jason. When it's all said and done, buddy, what do you want the Jason Wall racing legacy to be?
Wow, that's a tough one. I for sure definitely would love to get a couple championships under my belts with the rest of my family. I mean, my mom was the first one with the championship in her family. My brothers have several, and I mean, they would love just to put my name up there with them. I mean, that would be epic. I mean, the wall racing has been around racing forever. I mean, way back when Colorado National Speedway used to be dirt, and I mean, we raced there. My old man used to race there, I mean, decades ago.
Right.
But I mean, just to put my name up there on that list with them, that'd be something special.
I could agree with you. I think that would be great. And like I said, I think you're on the right path. Those wins are going to come very, very soon, Jason. You're doing big things out there. But before we get you out of here, buddy, we're going to turn the tables over to you, let you promote yourself, push all those sponsors, and let everybody know where they can find you at. The floor is yours, my man.
All righty. I want to especially thank all my sponsors: AccuBlasting, Dustless Blasting, Crossroad Trailers, Extreme Signs and Graphics, Adams Polish, Buckeye Welding, OL and Wall Racing, OL Racing and Wall Racing. Let's see, who else is there? Buckeye Welding. And I mean, first and foremost, I definitely want to thank my wife for putting up with all my shenanigans and letting me follow my dreams and everything, and being a part of it with me. I mean, that's most important, is getting the family into it. My girls love it. I mean, they love coming to the track and putting in their wrenching on it too. I mean, one of my daughters works at the track, so I mean, she's there every weekend. But I mean, you can always, Facebook, Jason A. Wall, or Wall to Wall Racing. We have our own Facebook page. I mean, we're on TikTok, all that good stuff. I think even on Instagram, I believe.
All right. Well, you heard it first, folks. You can check him out tomorrow night right here in Colorado at the Colorado National Speedway in the figure 8 division. Folks, like I said at the beginning, 1/3 of the baddest figure 8 drivers this side of the Mississippi coming to you, folks. It's the number 92 machine, Jason. Whoa. Thanks, my man.
Yes. Thank you.